I'm here at the Routt County Rifle Range, and I'm delighted today to be able, for the first time I've ever done it, shoot my grandfather's six-shooter. It's a 1905 Colt Bisley, 3220 caliber. And first I'll show you that it's safe. We'll look through here and you can see everything is empty. We'll load it here later. But let me tell you a little bit about the history of this gun. This gun was built in 1905 by Colt, shipped out to a hardware store in Denver. And then in 1906, my grandfather and grandmother, this is Frank and Grace Burkhart, were married in McGregor, Iowa. The next year, 1907, they took jobs as telegraph operators on the railroad in Creston, Wyoming. And Creston is just north of Baggs and a little bit east of Rock Springs. So somewhere in that time, my grandfather purchased this six-shooter, this Colt six-shooter, and as well as this wonderful little holster, which is Knox and Tanner built out of Rawlins, Wyoming. And so I'm delighted to be able to, I'm going to put the holster on, take it up and fire some rounds. I do want to show you what a round looks like. This is a 3220 round. It was invented by Winchester around 1880. At the time, only black powder ammunition was available, and so this is typically a little bit small for a modern handgun, a little bit large for a rifle caliber. Winchester made this so that range riders could end up using the same ammunition for both their rifle and their handgun. So this is why they made that. And then with the invention of smokeless ammunition, they were able to put a little bit lighter smokeless loads in here to not blow up the gun. And you can actually see in here there's the patent that and marking that says it works for smokeless ammunition. So real soon I'm going to load the gun, put on the holster, and then fire this bad boy. Okay, so now I'm gonna load the revolver. So let me do this properly and put on the proper ear protection. So even though this is a six-shooter, most people using it only loaded 5. And that's because if you take a look closely at the revolver, you can see that the firing pin is connected to the hammer. And if you had all cylinders loaded, you would end up having this rest on the cylinder, and that's not safe. So I'm going to put this in the half-cocked position, which is actually the safety. And so it's interesting, most people use the expression going around half-cocked. It's actually the safety for this gun. And now I'm going to do what's called a cowboy load. And what a cowboy load is you put in one round, you move ahead, you put a space in one, and then you put in the other 4 rounds. So there's only 5 in here, but what it means is the very next round that you would normally shoot, it means that it's empty. And that way, like I do there, it's perfectly safe. Now the gun is loaded, and the next thing I'm going to do is go fire it. Okay, so now we're gonna fire it. You saw me load the gun, and why I was doing that is now the rifle or the handgun, the trigger or the hammer can be closed. It's in the empty cylinder, so that way that firing pin isn't resting against a live round, the primer of a live round. Again, the only cowboys that use 6 rounds ended up shooting their feet a lot, is what I've heard. So now I'm going to fire it. I'm going to use 2 hands, make sure we're safe, and let's go fire this bad boy. What a fun shooting. Well, we just saw me fire the gun. What a hoot, nice gentle firing gun. So I decided I'm going to try some one-handed shooting. There's hardly any kind of kick, so give it a try. Well, first let's do it as if it were from the hip. Yeah, that's not an accurate way to shoot. No. So let's do it this way. Okay, the gun is empty, all safe. That's a bunch of dead stagecoach robbers right there.